Bad news is bad news for most of us, but not for our next guests, or at least not for their businesses. Eitan Edwards runs a company called Danger Shield. His website offers things like your own emergency survival plan, disaster-resistant home building. Janet Nelson runs a company called the Epicenter, which sells disaster survival supplies. Like what?
MREs, freeze-dried, long-term food storage, water supplies, anything you might need in the event of an emergency
Business
disaster.
is good?
Yes, it is right now. 2011 was the best year ever.
Because of the tsunami and
Haiti earthquake.
Haiti earthquake. All right, so you sell these foods, like these MREs, as you call them, meals ready to eat. Mm-hmm. And I mean, I wouldn't want to really eat this stuff. Why can't I just buy a can of food or something? Why do I need you? This is really gross looking.
Yeah, it is, but it tastes better than it looks, and emergency food is survivable. There's calories, there's nutrition. The military actually uses that as well. So there are definitely, taste value is better than in some.
You sell these foldable shovels? Mm-hmm.
Trifolds.
Why do you need a shovel that folds?
For compactability, carryability, easy storage, and it's useful for many situations, snow, ice.
All right, and business is booming. You go beyond this and you give personal instruction to people.
Yeah, I train people to deal with like the full range of different types of emergencies that we encounter. So people have to have the training so that they can use a lot of this stuff.
About $120 an hour.
Oh, it depends. It depends. If you're a corporation, you know, more. But I mean, generally speaking, that there's a lot of work involved in this. This is not easy to do, by the way. It's not something that you can just learn overnight.
Now, the National Geographic Channel has a show called Doomsday Preppers, where you're a technical consultant, and in this clip you advise someone who wants to know how to escape Manhattan in case of a disaster. And at first you have them steal a bicycle, but then what if the attackers try to take the bicycle? You say, make sure you have your bear deterrent.
Watch yourself. Better raise your hand. Get him back. Good shot. On the bike. Let's roll. Move out. Start and run. Start and run. Let's go.
All right, forgive me, Eitan, but I hate this stuff. This is scaring people to death.
Nah, but you know what? I'm an insurance salesman, man. At the end of the day, people have insurance for everything. They have to insure their cars, they have to insure their homes, they have to insure all these different things. But there's no real insurance for dealing with disasters and emergencies.
And you've got your bear deterrent?
Yeah, man. I'm not going to give it to you because then you're going to try to spray me with it.
What's wrong with mace? Why do you need bear deterrent?
Well, you know, you figure that if it's going to stop a bear, then it'll probably stop a human just as well.
And I just look at this ad for this National Geographic show with everybody wearing gas masks. There is real stuff. What really kills people in America is house fires, falling down the stairs, driving recklessly, being promiscuous, drinking too much. And if you worry about this stuff, you can't worry about the stuff that's more likely to kill you.
Hey, man, preparedness comes in all forms. That's obviously television, that's advertisement, they're trying to promote. But the fact is that, yeah, there you go.
Get rid of that.
The reality is that people need to be prepared for disasters and emergencies. And what we do, right, is prepare them.
Janet, this is something else you sell? What's this?
It is. Another item that's really important is for kits for people's cars. This kit is wonderful because there's food and water that is storable in any kind of a temperature, where the MREs and freeze-dried foods should be stored at cooler temperatures for longer shelf life.
Well, isn't water storable in a bottle?
5-year shelf life for this food, for this water. Same for the food. And
what's the shelf life on a bottle of water?
1 to 2 years. So, yeah.
You also sell these glow sticks, which you break and then shake and it glows. What's wrong with a flashlight?
Flashlights, batteries wear out.
Well, this wears out.
Yeah, after 12 hours.
So when bad news happens, you see a pickup right in sales right afterward, after a hurricane, any disaster?
Before and after. Better to be aware and be prepared than to be scared and live fearfully.
Now, when I get scared, I think my money isn't going to be any good. And I was told buy junk silver, which is simply dimes and quarters made before 1965, which coin dealers sell. And then when they won't take your dollar bill, the cash machine won't work, or after the Fed inflates our currency into nothing, you can go to the bakery with an old dime and they'll know what it's worth and sell you a loaf of bread.
People have to be realistic about these kinds of things. If we get to a situation where money isn't any good,
you've got bear deterrent. That's not realistic.
That is realistic. And you go and you hit the streets and you go into the wrong place at the wrong time in the wrong situation, and you'd better have a way to defend yourself. But when you talk about silver and gold, listen, when people come to me about silver and gold, I tell them, you better learn how to grow a tomato. People need to eat, people need to live, and that's what you need to learn how to do. And you prioritize. So that's what I tell my clients.
What's on your wrist?
Okay, this is my Bandit, and this is basically, you know, people sell the braided kits. That's my wrist survival kit. I've got, like, everything that I need to survive.
What's in there?
I have little multi-tools. I have little tiny lights. I have my watch. I have compass. I have pins.
Your life isn't diminished by carrying this heavy thing around on your wrist?
People carry around iPads, iPods, all these different technological devices. It's no different. It's a watch. If something were to happen right now and there was some sort of a catastrophe or emergency, then both of us right here have all the gear. I don't know what you have in your wrist, but, you know, we got to get you.
I just have a watch. I'm glad you guys are here, but probably it's not going to happen. But it might.
It might.
Thank you, Eitan and Janet. You want to say one more thing?
You can't eat gold and silver, but you can eat stored food.